I love watching movies in the movie theater. The popcorn, the ices, the big ass screen. The vibes are just immaculate. I also love shiny Pokemon, the colors and yeah, that's about it. So I thought, why not combine the two? I wanted to see how many movies it would take for me to find a shiny Pokemon. I chose the Heart Gold Soul Silver starter hunt for this challenge. Why, you may ask? 1, you get to check all 3 Pokemon each reset. 2, you can save right in front of them. And 3, all the starters bang. And yes, that includes Chikorita. I could easily just show you the shiny clip and the video would just end here. But I wanted to yap about the movies that I watched. I will be using my Chi-Chi scale in order to rate each movie. 5 out of 5 Chi-Chis means the movie is perfect. 0 out of 5 Chi-Chis mean the movie is trash. Capiche? Enough dilly-dallying, let's get this movie started. The first movie that I watched was called One of Them Days. As you can see here, I'm running a dual wield setup, giving me 6 encounters each reset. Anyways, One of Them Days is a comedy where 2 roommates have to come up with enough money to avoid eviction by the end of the day, while showing all the obstacles that they had to go through to reach that point.
If you don't have the money this month, you're not gonna have it next month. Get out.
Hey man, we just came out the movie theater. I would give that movie a calm 8.5 out of 10. It was very enjoyable, good comedy. The cast was muy bueno. Shout out Cat Williams. Cat Williams was funny as fuck in that movie. I did 624 starter scene in that one movie and we came late, so this might be fast, bro. I'm gonna guess 3 movies we gonna get a shiny. What do you think, Sin?
I think next movie you're gonna get.
Next movie? Shit, let's see. Honestly, I still agree with that clip. The jokes were funny to me and made me laugh. None of the jokes felt corny or forced. The pacing of the movie was very good as well. I wasn't really sure how SZA was gonna be here because SZA usually be on my Spotify and not at the movie theater. But I was pleasantly surprised by her acting. I don't think this movie is a must watch, but if you enjoy watching these actors like I do and you just want to watch a chill comedy, I'd suggest this movie. Instead of the 8 out of 10 that I gave it right after the movie, I gotta give this 3 Chi-Chis out of 5.
200 people in that room and each one wants me to be somebody else.
How do you sing then?
I put myself in another place.
Second movie up is A Complete Unknown. A Complete Unknown is a biographical film about Bob Dylan's rise from a folk singer to a rock star. Honestly, I only watched this because Timothée Chalamet is in it. Yes, you heard that right. I'm a big Timothée fan. By the end of this movie, I was at about 500 resets for this one and still no shiny. Honestly, I thought that this movie was just it was aight. Basically, what I got from this movie was that Bob Dylan was treaching back in the day. He got a nicotine problem and he was musically talented. I didn't know much about Bob Dylan before this movie, so I didn't really know what to expect coming in. Would I watch this again? Hell no, it was mad long. Did I enjoy it? Sure, kinda. This one gets 2 Chi-Chis out of 5 for me because the only thing that really kept me engaged in this movie was that Timothée Chalamet was in it. I honestly thought it was a bit boring. So if you like Timothée Chalamet, like I do, I would suggest that you watch this. You would enjoy it a little bit. But if you're just a regular, normal human being, I would say skip this movie. Unless you're a Bob Dylan fan, but that's it.
You asked for me. Here I am.
After A Complete Unknown, the next movie that I watched was Captain America: Brave New World, the latest movie in the MCU universe, introducing Sam Wilson as the new Captain America. And if you've seen the trailer, you also know that the Red Hulk is also introduced in this movie. By the end of this movie, I was at 770 resets and no shiny. This is yet another very, very underwhelming MCU movie. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like the recent MCU movies that have been coming out have such a unintriguing storyline, and it honestly makes these movies very boring. And this one adds to that list. I honestly felt like I was forcing myself to stay up during this movie. In reality, I wish I just slept, to be honest, because this movie was trash. The pacing was very weird in this movie, and I felt like the ending was very rushed. I didn't really enjoy it. I found it more boring than the Bob Dylan movie, which is kind of crazy. But because of that, I gotta give it 1 Chi-Chi out of 5. For my MCU fans, I would advise y'all to skip this movie if you didn't watch it yet. But on the plus side, seeing Gustavo Fring in this movie was pretty cool, I can't lie.
Hello!
The fourth movie is Love Hurts, featuring Ke Huy Quan. Who doesn't love this guy, to be honest? In this movie, Ke Huy Quan plays as an ex-hitman who now lives as a realtor but gets sucked back into that lifestyle because of his love interest. You guessed it, no shiny here. We ended at 948 resets at the end of this movie, and honestly, this is yet another mid movie. It's aight at best, nothing crazy. This movie is an hour and 24 minutes long, and because of its short runtime, the biggest problem in this movie was pacing. Everything happened so fast in this movie, and I feel like I wanted to know more lore about each character every time a new character was introduced. And usually I'm the type of person who doesn't really care for lore like that. Other than that, I thought the movie wasn't bad at all. Kiwi Kwan was okay in this movie. I really only watched it because he was in it, but he didn't really wow me, and I wasn't really amazed by anything that he did in this movie, but he did his thing, I guess. Marshawn Lynch though in this movie was really good. His comedic timing was perfect in the scenes that he was in. John Astin's character Cliff here really stole the show for me, and he was only in the movie for about 3-5 minutes. I gotta give this movie 2 Chi-Chis out of 5. If someone asked me if they should watch this movie, I would say go watch One of Them Days instead. You'd enjoy that movie more than this, honestly. But it ain't horrible, at least.
Diver 2 is on bailout.
I will come back for you.
Up next is The Last Breath. This one is based on a true story of deep sea divers who rescue a crewmate that has been trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean surface. I can't lie, I thought this was a horror movie based on the trailer that I saw while watching the other films, but I was very wrong. No shiny here again, and we are now at around 1300 resets. Nowhere near odds yet, so I'm not even worried or anything yet. But this movie was honestly a great surprise. It obviously turned out not to be a horror movie, but more of a drama. And I very much enjoyed this movie. The storytelling was good, and it honestly almost made me tear. And that is a hard thing for a show or film to make me do. This one really tugged at my heartstrings, and because of that, I could tell I was really immersed into this movie. Simu and Woody Harrelson are obviously the household names in this movie, and they were great here. But the main character though, Finn Cole, was tremendous in my opinion. Through his acting, I could really feel through all of them. Everyone's acting here really made me feel sorry for them, and I really wanted to see them get the best outcome. I would give this movie 4 Chi-Chis out of 5. But honestly, based on the topic of this movie, I think that they did the best that they could to make this movie as entertaining as possible. I don't think it's perfect or peak or anything like that, but it's still a great movie and I would recommend it to others.
If you've got the time and the stomach for it, I've got a story for you.
The 6th movie that I watched is In the Lost Lands, and this one features Dave Bautista. This is a fantasy/action movie that takes place in a fictional land where a witch travels the Lost Lands in search of a magical power that transforms a person into a wolf. But the most important question here, will I get the shiny? After about 1500 resets, we still have no shiny. This movie got dookied on by the critics, but in my opinion, I think this movie's good. I enjoyed it. Not many movies are made like this anymore. I feel like this movie is very niche, and honestly this movie was a breath of fresh air for me. Mila Jovovich played the witch, and the way she acted, I was able to understand the vibe of the witch, and I felt like she played her role pretty well in this. Bautista was also great in his role, and the plot twist at the ending of this movie I wasn't really expecting at all. I'm usually good at picking up foreshadowing and pretty much figuring out what's gonna happen in the end, but this one I really did not know what was gonna happen. If you were just a fan of just watching movies or films like I am, I feel like you would enjoy this. I'll give this one 3 Chi-Chis out of 5 though. It was a good movie, but it wasn't a great one. But I wouldn't steer people away from this movie. I would actually suggest people to watch this one.
Make a wish on the brightest star and I say I always wanted a brother, I always wanted a brother.
Next up is Mufasa the Lion King, an adventure/musical. This one is about the origin story of Mufasa, aka Simba's dad, if you're not knowing. The origin story is about Mufasa's path to king basically. Most importantly though, will I get the shiny this movie? I just came out of Mufasa. That movie was cool. What do you rate it, Sin? I think it's like a 6, 7. There were some like plot points where I felt like it was a little bit rushed. Not even a little bit rushed, it was very rushed. But other than that, enjoyable movie. But we got to 5,514 for Cyndaquil, and I'm not Cyndaquil for the starters. Honestly, after sitting down with my thoughts, I still agree with everything I said in the video. This movie could have been so great, but I felt like there was just too many plot points that were brushed over or wasn't elaborated on enough. For example, spoiler warning by the way, when Mufasa's wifey pulled up Sarabi, she just pulled up with a bird, and it was just basically insinuated that her family was attacked and she was just sent there with a bird. I felt like in that moment they could have elaborated more more or shown some scenes of what happened to Sarabi's family. Like they could have just given that a small origin story, I felt like, but they didn't. And I just felt like I wanted to know more about them. Like I felt like if I knew a little bit more about her origins and stuff like that, I could have been more connected and more immersed into this movie. But that was not the only time that it happened. Another thing that also didn't make sense to me in the movie was Scar's plot points. If you don't know Scar, Scar is Mufasa's brother. Before Scar became Scar, his name was Taka. The story of Taka going to Scar felt like going from 0 to 1,000,000, bro. It felt like they reached crazy with this storyline. Mufasa and Taka were straight glazing each other the whole movie. They were like the closest brothers you've ever seen. They were like this, bro. It's like you could never separate them, and they had a crazy strong bond. But all of a sudden, when Sarabi pulled up, Taka liked Sarabi and asked Mufasa for help to help Riz Sarabi, because Taka had no game. He couldn't even speak to her. And the fact that Mufasa was telling him everything to say and Sarabi was eating it up, it obviously was gonna catch up to him. Like she's gonna find out that the person she was talking to was really not Taka, it was Mufasa. So I don't know why when Taka saw Mufasa and Sarabi really connecting with each other, he was surprised, and he kind of twisted that into like, oh, my brother betrayed me. Bro, are you serious? You couldn't even speak to her on your own. You had to ask him to help you out to speak to her. Of course she's gonna like him because she's been basically speaking to him the whole time. So the fact that Taka betrayed Mufasa over a love interest was crazy in my opinion, and it just like I just don't understand that plot point at all. But then again, I gotta remember this is a kids movie and I'm a grown-ass adult watching this movie, so hey, maybe I'm wrong. But at the end of the day, this is my video and it's my rating, so I gotta give this movie 2 Chi-Chis out of 5. But I can't lie though, the way Scar got his scar was tough, I can't lie.
On Earth, nothing was working out, and I wanted to get the hell out of there.
You're applying to be an expendable?
You read through the paperwork.
Yeah. I should have read through it.
The 8th movie is Mickey 17. This one is a sci-fi comedy. This one is about a disposable employee who is able to come back to life multiple times and is sent on a human expedition to colonize the ice world of Niflheim. The whole time I've been recording on my laptop while resetting during these movies, but of course my laptop was dead this movie, so I can't even get the clip for y'all if I do get this shiny. But let's see if I do.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
That gas?
Oh my God.
Arcadi 2.0. A gas? Yo, so cold too.
I can't believe it.
Joko dies.
Look
What will you do?
Jesus.
Nah, man, it's a great day. Under odds, 1 in 8,000 hunt with only 2,000 something resets. I'm feeling great, man. Life good, man. Life good. I did not get to record because my laptop died. Of course, I knew, and bro, when I saw my laptop was 10%, I was like, oh my God, today's gonna be the day I get it and I can't even record it. And long behold, but I'm not even mad anymore, man. At least I got that shit, man.
After 6,642 starter scene and 2,214 resets and 8 movies, by the way, I finally get me a shiny Chikorita. Shiny a pair. Before we look at Chikorita though, let me finish my thoughts off on Mickey 17. Mickey 17 was 5 out of 5 Chi-Chis for me. I didn't know what to expect from this movie. I didn't watch any trailers. I just wanted to watch it because the director of Parasite directed this one, and I really enjoyed Parasite, one of my favorite movies. And because I went into this movie blind, I didn't expect it to be comedic. Honestly, the humor in this movie wasn't made to make you like cry out laughing in the movie theater, but it was like subtle humor here and there. I feel like Mark Ruffalo did a very good impression of the Orange Man in this movie. Robert Pattinson was also very good in this movie. I honestly did not expect this type of acting performance from him, and I gotta watch more of his stuff after watching this. Now that I'm back home, we can check the nature of this Chikorita, or aka Mickey. But anyways, I'm always get sassy. It's a quiet nature. It's quiet. Besides the fact that Chikorita is one of the starters in Legend Zaza, I'm happy to get it after all the hate that it has been receiving lately, and I just want to flex it to everyone. I plan to do a shiny only challenge here in Heart Gold Soul Silver, or a DTQ, whatever you want to call it. I was thinking I should get the whole team at the movie theater, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Let me know down in the comment section below if I should continue this hunt in the movie theater, or I should continue this hunt the traditional way, back at home. And with that, make sure you like, subscribe, all of that. Show me some love. I'll see y'all in the next one. Besitos.